This is Damon Stevens with Federal Builders. Today is Thursday, June 16th, 2022. This is stock market update for our trades of the day. Boy, nice lows put in today in the market. So hopefully if you're shorting it, you capture some of this this downward movement as we continue to slide down lower. So obviously the market wants to find a bottom here. But in the meantime, it's leaving lots of gaps, and we'll talk about that as well in the video, and possibly where the bottom is here. Let's get right into it. Take a look at the charts, see what's going on, and that way we can kind of prep for the day as we close out this week. And also just remember Monday, the market's closed for national holiday for the U.S. So the market will not be open for us, and I won't be posting a video until Monday night. But let's get into it, see what we need to do to close out this week. So Dow Jones closed down 2.42%, NASDAQ down 4.08%, and S&P 500 down 3.25%. Just nice and red across the board. Had a few consumers, so Walmart, couple healthcare, that's about it. I mean, everything is pretty much red. A lot of money flowing out, even in the energy sector. Everything is flowing out. So money flowing to the sidelines as we continue to work our way through this the interest rate increases and the economy and everything else that's going on. So, but ADN did have rocket ship for us. We had a nice little rocket here, 243%. Let's take a look at that one and get into some charts here. So ADN, so you can see here pre-market, ADN kind of hit the scanner, actually about right here, about 243 when it was down here for $1.16. And then on the open, it just kind of went sideways for a while, all morning long, pretty much, kind of a little bit of increase, but then towards, later morning started to rally up here. And so it hit the high of 447, pulled back here, looking for continuation play tomorrow since we're staying above all those moving averages, see if we get any more out of this ADN. So be watching that on the short list. AERC, this is a multi-day trade. This since last week, and you see here that we've kind of tagged the trend line here at 1208, then 1850, and now 2361. That's kind of where we're at right now. And then we kind of pulled back here last night down to 1839, ran back up here to 2280. So we didn't break this up, but you see that we kind of broke down from here from the market sell-off. So we'll see if we can hold this 50-day. If we lose the 50-day tomorrow, this will come off the list. So this will pretty much be done. But it did kind of bounce off here. You see it kind of bounce off this support line here. Kind of bounce right here by the 50 on this deviation band. So it's a possibility this could say, get back up here tomorrow. But I don't like how it's kind of got below these moving averages. But something on our short list tomorrow. And again, a weekly chart here, just so you can kind of see. High here is 117. And we kind of spiked up to 23, and we kind of settled right back down here. So if we break the bottom of this candle, I'm definitely taking this off. But as long as we stay on this candle, there's a possibility that we can kind of climb a little bit more of that candle. Looking at Friday coming in here, we have before the market opens, Jerome Powell will be speaking to us. There's leading economic indicators at 10 a.m. That's about it. And then going into next week, there's nothing really critical right off the get-go to be aware of, but Thursday, Friday there will be. So just something to keep in mind. Also for tomorrow, so remember all the options expire, options expiration. So we could have a lot of volatility tomorrow in the market. One of the things that we talk about is, where's the maximum pain for the shareholders or for those who are holding calls and puts. And there's a lot of people shorting this market. And with the market coming down where it did, again, the market's going to reward all those people, looks like tomorrow. Unless we get some type of big rally tomorrow, everybody's going to be rewarded tomorrow that's been short in the market, pretty much. So congratulations. This is, the market's been given back to everybody who's shorting with options a couple times now this last month. So that's pretty nice. Looking at the futures right now, this is where I said, unless there's a surprise and the market rallies, if it rallies tonight overnight and opens up high tomorrow, Then, of course, those who were shorting starting today will be a little disappointed. But those who've been shorting since Monday, and probably monthlies as well, are going to be well rewarded. So congratulations. But you can see here, this is ES, this is the E-mini 500. This is our live futures right now. And you can see that we came down here, tagged a low of our support line here, bounced off of it. We're above the 20-day moving average right now on a 15-minute chart. So we bounced up and we're over that. So if we can hold that line, you can see here before when we tagged it, we kind of dropped below it. We tagged it again, drop below it. If we get above this pivot here, this 3691 by morning, we could possibly rally up here, which would shut out some of those people who bought options yesterday or today. So just something to keep in mind. So we did put a new low in, so that maybe they cashed out here, and maybe that allowed them to get out early since we're at these lows. I mean, today would have been the ideal day to sell your options if you're short in the market. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, let's get into the rest of it. So Google, kind of flat here. So it popped up, Google popped up in the morning, but kind of ended flat. Didn't break underneath this candle. So as long as we stay, above this 2129, we should be good to try to rally back up. Amazon, again, kind of flat down here within these candles. If we break below, this 101.26, then look for a lot more downside down to here, probably around the 90s, possibly, but we'll see if we can hold that. Apple, see here, here's our secondary deviation band. So we just broke below that and closed below it. We're below this 132.61. So putting a new low in for Apple. Apple needs to really hold up here. If it comes down here, maybe it might come down to 126.43, but hopefully get a bounce off that area. If not, we have our lowest band here at 122. We break that, we got a lot of downside. I think that it'll start to the floor will fall out from underneath Apple and the market. Nvidia, we're above the lower trend line here. You can see still just kind of hovering here. If we break this line, this 155.64, then we're going to come down much lower, maybe down to these lower bands. For right now, Nvidia is holding above that area. Meta, so this is Facebook, now it's Meta, broke below this 169 area. We've kind of grouped down here. We've got four groupings and we closed just below this last low. So could we come back down here to this lower band? It's possible. I would hope maybe find support here around 153 and bounce, worst case scenario. But we should get a relief bounce at some point here too, and I'll show you the reason why when we get to the S&P 500. Tesla, this is still a lower. We're still in a lower high right now. As long as it stays above this 620.57. Boy, Facebook, Tesla had a nice sell-off today. So U.S. oil, we broke below the 20-day moving average and then zoomed right back up and we got above it and closed above it. So that means this 86, 80, 87, 84 area is pretty important, even though we're closing right below it. So we'll see if we can kind of rally back up there on U.S. oil. And definitely continue to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and definitely like our videos. That way we can continue to bring this content to you. And also, if you go to finmonthlive.com, you'll find a link to a free Discord where we post our numbers every morning as far as what we're trading, when to get in, when to get out. And there's also some free training you can find also at finmonthlive.com. The dollar, pulling back here. So the dollar pulled back towards this 20-day moving average. It should find support there around 103. Gold got a rally up because of it. So gold's up to 1856. So we'll see if we can break above 1869 and kind of get back above this band here. You can see it's been a resistance several times, so maybe we can get it through this time. So here's the SPY. So the SPY here, you can see here we got lots of gaps. We have a gap here, here, and one in here. So there's a lot of gaps to fill it. So even if we come down lower here, maybe to 354 to 350 area, if we happen to come that low, because we're in this secondary lower band right now, then hopefully we'll get a relief bounce on this. But right now we do have a lot of gaps to fill. which means probably when we get a bounce, it could be quick. Every one of these little jumps could just be like just a massive rally and a race off the bottom. So just be prepared for that when that does happen. You're going to see rip your face off type rally, I'm sure, because of all these gaps that need to fill. Triple Qs down here, the lower bands, again, putting on a lower low. So we need to just hold this and not break down any further. If we do, then we be coming down here to maybe 260. Semiconductors, nice huge drop down here as well. Right on that 200. If we break this 200, we very well could come down here to this lower band. That to put us around 190. So yeah, semiconductors are looking pretty rough right now. IWM, so Russell 2000, these are small caps. You can see that IWM came down. It's sitting here right on this this lower band. So it bounced before last time at 168.46. We broke through that today and closed down on this band here again. So hopefully that'll hold and we can bounce off this free area. The financial sector, again, lower low, new lows. And you can see here that right below this band, but you can see this channel's held before. So we'll see if we can get a bounce off of the financials. Energy sector, pulling back down almost to the 100-day moving average. So we broke the 50, now down to 100. If we break this one, we should have support around this $21. If not, we could be coming down to 200. Bitcoin coming down again. So it spiked down below here to around 20,000. It came back up, and now we're actually going to hold possibly down there and lower. So we're coming down. We're in that secondary band. So we might come down here very well and test some of these these lows. And Ethereum, same thing, pulling back here, it's sitting here right on our first band here, right before it breaks out to the second band. So we'll see if we can get a rally off Ethereum at some point and push this back higher. So that's our stocks, our cryptos, things we're watching for in the morning. It's the small caps, watch them, a couple of them that may give us a little bit more rally tomorrow. Just be careful, it is Friday. Friday float days, usually what I call them. Usually what I look at is what's the trend on the market. If it's down, more likely we might just trickle down. If it's up in the morning, then we might be trickling up for the day. But we could get a relief rally at any time, and we could also pull back a lot more as we did today. So just be careful trading out there. Have a great weekend. We'll talk on Tuesday, and we'll get you all prepped and ready for Tuesday on a Monday night video. So everybody have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later.